Much water has flown in the Hooghly ever since that horrific rape and murder of the 31-year-old. But the anger and the pain is still palpable here in Kolkata. With me are some eminent personalities of the state, politicians, and also doctors, political analysts. We are at the iconic Bengal paddle, which is essentially India's only surviving British-era paddle steamer, which was built in 1945, and this has been restored by the barge company. Yesterday, the Supreme Court, I'm going to begin with the analysts and the doctor there, the Supreme Court was very categorical in highlighting the lapses. Where did the Bengal police go wrong? For all the cherry picking which has been done by the ruling Trinamool Congress, do you think they need course correction? They need to look within in terms of, where it went wrong rather than looking at the judgment as some kind of questioning also of the BJP. Mr. Ghosal.
I think you are correct. And irrespective of party line, now we should analyze the situation because number one, there is an organic response, organic movement of discontent. There are a lot of fault lines also. The number one priority should be the punishment of the rapist. And that should be the priority. But unfortunately, lot of politics, what Supreme Court has observed also, fake medias, fake news. There are several instances of fake information, not only the semen issue, what Supreme Court also has said that you should not come with the social media's information. But I think now there should be a political consensus also. Because, it's not a West Bengal-centric incident. And I am not saying that there is no role of the state government. I am not trying to dilute the performance of the government. But, what is your agenda? What is your priority? Priority should be the punishment of the rapist, proper inquiry.
Will there be political consensus? I'm going to ask that to politicians, but Dr. Paul, coming to you. This is a public hospital, yes, where there should have been greater care for this doctor who lost her life. But what we see is that she, after completing 36-hour-long shift, is raped and murdered in a seminar room. So absence of duty rooms, absence of basic infrastructure which is needed for keeping, doctors safe. Do you think it can lead to institutional changes, creation of those infrastructure, which is so imperative here?
Yeah, thanks for the question. So I represent an organization called Protect the Warrior. So the main question is too many things are being discussed, but I feel personally the main issue is getting diluted. The first and foremost issue is when Abhaya was killed and raped, she was in government custody. She was doing a duty in a government hospital. So it is the responsible of the government and the authority to take care of her. And what you have asked is, yes, I do agree that we don't have adequate infrastructure for junior doctors and residents. They don't have proper duty rooms. Neither we had 25 years back. And now also they don't have a proper duty room.
12 years ago, in the same city where we are right now, the Park Street rape happened. The victim died few years later. The questions were raised again on the role of the topmost at the government. You have a woman chief minister in Mamata Banerjee. She should have been more empathetic. In this particular case, she hits the streets. And yesterday, the letter that she has written to the Prime Minister is about that incidents of rape are happening all over the country. There should be a larger care that should be taken for safety and security of women. Is that not generalization? When you generalize an event, then you actually dilute its importance, or should I say, the gravity of the situation.
Well, I think as a politician, she is obviously going to try and do everything possible to dilute focus from this one incident, which has upset Calcutta in a way, which has upset Bengal in a way I've never seen before. And I've been working here for 40 odd years. So the question is, why is nobody, whether it's the Calcutta police or the CBI or even the Supreme Court, raising the question of why her? Why was this girl in particular raped and murdered? How, was it really a random incident? If it was a random incident, then the issue of safety and security of all women employees in all public institutions becomes an enormously important question.
So let me come to this bench where we have an unusual combination of the BJP and the TMC representative. I'm going to begin with you, Krishanu. The question here is that it may be all very well for Bengal Chief Minister to showcase that she's a woman, and women happen to be her very core constituency, very integral to her politics. And of course, she's a street fighter. That has been the journey of Mamata Banerjee itself. But when it comes to important questions being asked by the Supreme Court, it cannot be about protecting your police. The Supreme Court has asked huge time lag between discovery of the body and the lodging of the FIR. The death being called unnatural even after post-mortem examination. The sealing of the crime scene after more than 12 hours. These are important questions for which the Kolkata police has no answer. So instead of protecting them and defending their actions, shouldn't you be looking at right probe, that the probe should be in the right direction?
Yesterday's Supreme Court deliberation was first started with a statement from the CBI, because yesterday's proceeding was supposed to be a submission by the CBI, a status report of its investigation in the past 10-11 days. So we didn't see anything from the CBI as to what investigation it has carried and how it has taken forward from where it has taken from the Kolkata police. So we didn't see, and the Supreme Court has observed that also. Yes. And in the next hearing, they asked the CBI to put their version of what investigation they have done so far. We have not seen. So there is a question against the CBI. As far as the initial question that was raised with regard to Kolkata police and the hospital administration, you see, questions were based on the report that was filed by CBI. This FIR thing that you are saying, or many people are saying, many media is raising this, whether it is a FIR, why at 11:45 at night, and so forth. But the narrative against us was so strong, the fake news factory was so strong, that it was being portrayed everywhere. The police, there was no case registered, and the Supreme Court took the case from there only. Yesterday it was established that a general diary was registered at 10:10 in the morning.
But one observation which was made by the Apex Court was, let there be no politicization.
We were saying
can you
from day
ensure
one,
that?
Ma'am, we are not those
So
who
who
are
is
politicizing.
Okay,
there
so
is those who are against us are politicizing.
Since you are accusing both of them, let them respond.
Let me clarify 4 points that can be raised here also, and also there is in the public domain. Like, whether there is a single culprit or a multiple culprit. You see, it is subject to investigation. That's right. If you conclude in the very beginning that we will not accept anything less than 2%, then there is no point to go ahead with this argument. No? It is, let it be with CBI or Kolkata police. Kolkata police arrested one culprit within 19 hours of starting the investigation. Whether there is multiple others.
I think Dr. Shatorupa and Saira have to respond. Let them come in, and then you'll continue your point. Please go ahead.
Okay, wait, on your mic? Okay.
Yes, please.
Marya, first and foremost, let me start off with what Jayanta said and what Shikha said. This is a political matter. Why? I will come to that. But where they left off, yes, is because innumerable amount of people of all kinds, classes, genders, occupations, professions, everybody is out on the road, and not only in Kolkata. cutting across West Bengal, India, and not only the medical community, mind you, everybody, across the world. So as the single largest opposition party, which is anyway going to, act as checks and balances on the ruling party, we are bound to talk as the people's voice. We are respecting the people's mandate. Now, coming to the real situation, what has happened is, here we have a woman chief minister who is also the police minister, who is also the health minister. So let me tell you one by one as to why we are asking for the resignation of one person who has some three multiple personality facets. A health minister who has been there for 13 consecutive years, did not think it necessary to put in CCTV cameras on the floor where this happened. This chief minister did not think, this health minister, rather, woman health minister, what Dr. Paul very correctly pointed out, that not only in RG Kar, I don't think any other government hospital even has general washrooms or restrooms for doctors on duty. Dr. Paul will be able to bear me out. Very recently, this same RG Kar complained of the women doctors sitting in a restroom or some room in the afternoon where some, alcoholic hoodlums under the influence of alcohol, they came and probably teased them. Nothing drastic happened, like rape. That was not warning enough. Shondeep Ghosh, a lot of stuff is coming out, and I'm not talking about social media. In 2023, Marya, like I was telling you a little earlier, our Honorable State President, Dr. Shukanta Majumdar, has given a list of some 13 discrepancies which were found. This letter was given to the Health Minister, the Mamata Banerjee, as well as the Governor of West Bengal. Nothing happened. Now Akhtar Ali comes out with a lot of things which are, of course, this is the time to bring them out, I am sure. But this is now coming out in more details. Now, Police Minister. You have a same Police Minister for 13 years, and the police commissioner goes on record. This is again not on social media. The police commissioner of Kolkata goes on record on the 14th after the rampage, where, mind you, so many police were there. 7,000 people came, ransacked Arjikar, and again on a camera, not even on social media camera. They were heard saying, let's go there, let's go to the seminar room, etc. I'm not even getting into the nitty-gritties. Here you have a police force, which is supposed to be the most esteemed police force, who did not act. They chose to hide in the nurse. Let me just finish. Nurses' health bathrooms. So the police commissioner, after 40 minutes, comes on the scene and blames the media. He even says on camera, we don't have adequate resources. So a police minister who cannot give adequate resources to the police commissioner has no right to be in power. Chief Minister of West Bengal, because of her insensitive comments on regular, you started off with the rape incident on Park Street. Today, you have to understand, Marya, and this I'm telling all the people who are here, all the viewers who are seeing, this particular incident is not an act of lust. It's not that somebody hated somebody and this girl refused his, love proposal and so he raped her. No. This incident has happened to a girl who was working in the safest place. Marya, for you and me, our workplace is our mandir. We are supposed to be safe there. The government is supposed to ensure our safety. So therefore, resign, Mamata. Yes, we are going to do politics because people want the resignation of Mamata.
But will the resignation of the Chief Minister solve the problem?
So thank you so much, Marya. Thank you to all the wonderful viewers. The point is, yes, I think it's time that the government steps down because this is not the only scam. As you see, Mr. Akhtar Ali is unearthing a whole Pandora's box of medical, scam, what it looks like. If you look at the illicit trafficking of what has been alleged, that Mr. Sandeep Ghosh and his coterie of people were involved in the illicit trafficking of unclaimed dead bodies, biomedical waste, which was sent as far as to Bangladesh. So there's a Bangladesh link also that is alleged. Then apparently the main accused was part of his main security, security arrangement. So he was his bouncer at a point of time. So if you look at the allegations, they're not bizarre. There is a method to the madness considering what is happening. So look at the way the principal, right, Mr. Sandeep Ghosh, has been repeatedly being transferred. He's now, moment he was removed, he was reinstated. Then again, he was reinstated, to the government of West Bengal Health Department as the special, OSD. So I'm just asking, what is so special about this man that you can't tell him to sit,
Madam, I
chill,
need to
take a break, let me finish. You can't tell this man to chill, take a break, let the jury, take a call on what is happening, let the trial take place, but you are, transferring him incessantly. So definitely there's a cover-up, and there have been, major attempts to protect this guy for whatever reason.
So why is the TMC trying to protect him? What makes him so special? What does he know that the girl knew?
I'm astounded to receive some new narratives about this whole case. Some are quite diabolic, some are extremely stupid, I'm sorry to say this. If this man is anyway...
The problem is that you cannot dismiss narratives as stupid, because when an incident of that nature happens,
I'll
there
explain.
will be multiple
I'll explain.
narratives
I'll
that
explain.
will take shape.
We are basically, not dignifying the dead. We are maliciously speaking about the dead body from the very beginning, starting from that 150 grams, Siemens. I called out the doctor on a channel, saying him that he was a devil doctor. Thereafter, he's stopped appearing on shows, probably was called also by the Lal Bazar police. And when a doctor deliberately says this, and my hunch is that, Marya, these team of doctors, why did they go to the victim's house? Did they go to collect information and then spread it in the social media? And I'm hearing also that the girl's picture, dead body pictures were being circulated in the media, postmortem reports in a distorted version. Let us not talk all about this. Let us, for God's sake, have consensus on this particular. Madam, please don't stop me. For on this particular issue. Yes, there could have been, this thing could have been handled betterly. The transfer might not have been right. But let me ask you this question. Had the transfer been not right, how had that compromised the investigation? Two separate issues. And if the investigation was compromised, what is the CBI doing so far for the last 7-8 days? Even today, this person that you are talking about, he is being questioned. CBI could not do anything with this man. And this trafficking, again, why I'm calling it stupid, if this trafficking, that he was trafficking the medical waste, dead bodies. Hang on. Just get, yeah.
Let me just say that. Shikha Mukherjee asked a question specifically, why this girl? Do we have an answer to that?
The CBI has to find an answer. Yes, CBI has to know again about this Bangladesh traffic. About this Bangladesh, who is manning the borders? If the medical waste are being trafficked to Bangladesh,
this is what we're talking about.
Dead bodies are being trafficked to Bangladesh.
The way the Chief Minister herself, the police commissioner, and such spokespersons are hell-bent on trying to. I don't care what you're speaking on.
I'm speaking merely.
They're hell-bent on trying to prove two things.
Do not dilute the issue.
One,
you are here to dilute the issue, madam, and that is the most pathetic part of the story.
One second. All I'm trying to say, Marya, there is a deliberate attempt to play down this whole thing, and then you have MPs and MLAs and spokespersons who are coming out on social media and saying, no, there's no gang rape. There's just one person who raped. Why? What are you covering up? Why is Sandeep Ghosh so important that you take him out of
One second. Let me finish. No. Monojit said, one second. Monojit said something about the doctors. What is the need for the doctors to go to the house and find out what has happened? Why not? She was their colleague, a junior colleague. They are well within their rights to go to the parents, go to the house and find out whatever information there is, to find out what transpired that night. It is shocking that a doctor, a junior doctor was killed and raped at her workplace. A workplace is supposed to be the safest place. Is supposed to be a place where, people say work is worship. People say work is worship. She was raped, mauled, murdered there mercilessly. And the Trinamool Congress is making concerted efforts to hide this whole and conceal the scene of the crime and protect, protect the principal of the college. He's been shunted.
Others have to stop then. No, I cannot complete it in 30 seconds. Many questions were raised. Thing is that nobody is saying that we are going to absolve it or we are for absolve, we are not for justice. Nobody. Only an insane person will say that. Only an idiot will say that. What we are saying, we are also for justice. Even we were going to hand over the case. My leader, my chief minister has already stated, we are going to hand over the state within the next 4 or 5 days, if the police report was not acceptable to all. But why this use of fakery in the garb of asking for justice? Like I said, what Saira told here, going back to 2001, a junior doctor by the name of Somen Biswas at the very RG Corps lost his life. The government and the college said it is a suicide. The students said it is a murder. What happened to that? CID said that they have to close down the investigation because the college and the hospital administration didn't cooperate. That was in the CPM era. And this same sex racket, drug racket thing, you go to the Times of India report of 25th
So a lot of questions that
of
are
August in
unanswered.
2001. This was seen.
These allegations taken seriously.
No, we are not just right.
Mr.
One
Akhtar
thing.
Ali made the same allegations last year. It was all on deaf ears.
Madam, let me
Why
complete
did
then.
the government take cognizance
Okay.
of the allegations last year?
Okay, there were
Trafficking
lapses.
of bodies
Okay. On that
and
part,
biomedical waste,
on that part,
the
I agree.
allegation was there last
On
year.
that,
This is not
Madam,
a new allegation. This is
Madam,
not a
on
new
that part,
allegation.
on that part, I agree. It should have been taken up earlier.
Okay.
But what is the BJP's yardstick for these cases of heinous crime of rape and murder? Like you see, there is another person by the name of Baba Ram Rahim. He's not an alleged, there is no allegation against him. He's a convict. He's a convict of multiple rape and multiple
Too much of
murder.
whataboutery,
That
too
is
much
the
of
way-
whataboutery. We are
That is the
deviating
way
from the topic.
These incidents are diluted by talking about other incidents of rape. I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to wrap this up with a reaction to come in from this lot of citizens who are watching it. You were talking about political consensus, ma'am.
Yeah, see, thing is, it is very much painful and frustrating the way we are being depicted as like maybe in near future we will be labeled as conspirators. So she was our colleague and we consider our colleagues as our brothers and sisters. If my sister is raped and killed, so who will go? Who will go to her house? We will only go. We will go to my sister's house. We will stand by her. We will demand justice for her. Who else will demand?
Definitely.
And whom do I ask the question?
Nobody is agreeing with that. That is his personal opinion.
We
He
are
can have a
not
preference.
political party.
The law of the land has granted
Let
him the
me
right
finish.
to
Okay,
have
let's
his own
move on.
opinion.
Let's move
Yeah,
on.
we
Let's move on.
are not representing any political party, and question will ask to the government. Whoever is in the power
Absolutely.
doesn't matter.
The
Will always
Okay, you
question
ask the government, but
and
don't
I
hide
don't know why
yourself
you
in
are
the garb of
defending
fake news, sir. I'm telling you.
And you are doing whatever it is. What is the
that's
point of
unfair.
doing this?
Madam, just many of it, including him, raised the suicide thing. Just somebody has claimed that she has committed suicide. Okay, what police has registered on that very night in the FIR, it is mentioned murder, rape and murder. So the suicide part has been thrown out by the police itself.
This is not very basic. The way the body was there, any police person or even a layman also will say it was not suicide, it was murder.
Okay, I've
So
just
this
enough
question
time
is
for
very
Jayanta Ghosal.
unnecessary.
Shikha
Police has registered a case of
Unnecessary
murder
question.
and rape on that very night.
discussion.
But
So
the-
why you are
Jayanta
raising
Ghosal.
the
Because
suicide thing?
someone called the girl's parents that
doesn't-
she has committed.
that doesn't.
Who has, why?
Someone might
What
have
is
Why
was that
what
call
is the
made is the
purpose?
question.
What is the
Yes.
person's
Did the
purpose
Jayanta
of calling it a
Ghosal.
suicide?
Jayanta Ghosal.
Why?
Did the
Because as a
police
doctor,
walk that-
everyone in a hospital,
Did
everyone
the
knows
police
what
walk
suicide
that
is.
line, sir?
One
See,
moment.
Sir,
we
did
are
the
trained
police
in
walk that
forensic
line?
medicine. We all
Police
pass
has
forensic
registered
medicine.
case of murder and
So
rape
what?
at that night, that very night.
That is a different question.
Why
I'm
is it a different
asking.
question? So
I'm
this
I'm
suicide
asking.
thing, suicide
I'm
thing, police
asking.
didn't take up.
Who has been
you are continuing to
Because
propagate
because
that
it
lie
was not
after
possible
10,
at that
15
time.
days.
Because it was
You
not
are
possible.
propagating the
Simple.
lie.
Jayanta
You are
Ghosal,
propagating the lie.
Jayanta Ghosal and Shikha Mukherjee have come to the end of this discussion, please.
I think quarrel,
We were talking about
quarrel is
political
not the
consensus.
solution.
What is happening here is investigation, their view of investigation versus investigation view that is being shared by the
I
doctors.
respect pluralism. So
Yes.
different views. In fact, doctors are also not homogeneous. There are different views in doctors also. But be that as it may, be that as it may, be that as it may, because
One moment.
no, be that as it may. Now, what is our priority? It should be futuristic, because when we are blaming Chief Minister, when we are blaming the governance, now the paramilitary force has taken over the RG Hospital for the security. Then CBI has taken over
And
the
the Supreme
investigation.
Court has
Supreme
intervened.
Court has taken over
So
the case.
what is clear here
so
is-
now what is the priority? The first priority is to punish the rapist and Chief Minister, if Chief Minister resigns. I mean, BJP, the governor can recommend 356, and after Supreme Court.
So it cannot be about
and
political
that is a
brownie
political
points.
thing.
One moment.
But
Just
that is
enough
not the
time for Shikha
solution.
Mukherjee.
I don't think that
Yes,
is not the
absolutely.
solution.
Shikha Mukherjee.
Jayanta, there have been
Shikha Mukherjee
900
now,
more
please.
rapes in between.
Sir, one moment. Shikha
I
Mukherjee,
think-
my question is, you heard
Not
from
West
all the
Bengal,
sides.
it is globally,
Ma'am,
and it is India.
As a citizen and also as a political analyst, do you think this girl will get justice? That is my question now, because that's most imperative.
Isn't that what the Supreme Court is supposed to be doing?
But then why should Supreme Court ensure and has to intervene on issues which are very, very law and order driven and driven by, which is supposed to be the responsibility of the state government?
Well, I think there are two issues here. One is there is no no one who is a part of the political establishment, and that includes all political parties, regardless of color. There is a trust deficit. There is a lack of confidence in how ruling regimes run their governments. And this trust deficit is reflected in the way in which the Supreme Court has gone ahead and questioned the performance of the state government in this case. No, let me finish. Monojit, I just need 10 seconds of your time. The thing is that, as Jayanta very rightly said, demanding Mamata Banerjee's resignation is not the solution. Talking about Sandeep Ghosh is deflecting attention from the question that needs to be asked as a matter of public responsibility, which is the job of the opposition, which is what is happening with the process of figuring out what happened to this girl. We all need answers. Shouting about Mamata Banerjee is not going to deliver that answer.
This is about these, the graphic details, that the violent graphic details, especially some of the doctors. All doctors are gods, and all gods are not doctors. If Sandeep Ghosh is also a doctor, do you call him an angel? Similarly, I think this particular doctor who floated this theory about 150-gram cements, which was questioned by your media, this was happening on a live television. The anchor was questioning, and I said that you didn't do the right thing. You should have apologized. So where lies the question of calling everyone a devil? He behaved like a devil. The kind of graphic details he was spreading, not just in social media, everywhere. And that was really maligning the victim. The dead body of the maligning the victim. You can't do that.
End of this discussion, and we have two women here. 10 seconds to both of you.
Yeah, all I'll say is all of us are, more than being political representatives or whatever, we are here as women. As a mother of two young girls, I want justice for Abhaya. And whatever it takes to ensure safer spaces, and there should be no whataboutery, this rape, that rape, I think we should reach a consensus. And Mamata Banerjee should also be, a very, very participative,
Looking for solutions.
taker of the state and ensure that, justice is meted
We've
out.
been, again, politics happens because you are elected to government and you need to be the voice of the people. So here again, I have to state as a woman that injustice towards a woman as a means of punishment has been happening from Puranic times. And unless the society changes, it will not change. But what are we looking at? Here we are looking at a political leader who is a woman who has been in power for over 13 years with zilch sensitivity towards women. Suddenly, this time she does a volte-face. Constantly, she has been justifying rapes by even justifying a 14-year-old rape, saying that find out whether she's having an affair.
All right.
Find out whether she's pregnant.
We need to move on.
This is a
So
conspiracy.
thank you so much
This
for joining
needs to
us.
change. We need a chief minister
Jayanta
who
Ghosal,
is
thank you
way
so
more
much, Dr.
sensitive
Paul.
towards women.
Shikha Mukherjee, Manojit Mandal, Saira Shah Halim, Dr. Shatorupa and Krishanu, thank you so much for joining us.